Ashante, mon chers. We are here for our weekly romance oracle reading. I hope y'all are well. We're just taking a look at the next week ahead to see how we need to approach our love lives and what would best serve us. All right, so first card that jumped out was religious factors. Let's see. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So, there might be a situation for some that involves someone maybe having, they're considering religious factors as an issue to consider you as a partner, or you need to consider having compatible beliefs with a partner that you are choosing. I think that for me, most of my life, I haven't had partners that had compatible beliefs as me. And, during that part of my life, I guess I was less strict about that issue as part of the criteria. I didn't think it mattered because I'm live and let live. I don't try to really force my beliefs on others, although I love to share them. And I'm a spiritual teacher, but I'm not an evangelical, I've had a lot of agnostics and atheists in my life. I'm glad they feel safe to be around me as a believer. But I think that looking back on my relationships with people, I think that it would have just been easier and more enjoyable to be with someone who had matching beliefs as me. I would love to be the next person that I'm with. I hope, and I guess they're just gonna have to be, or let's hope they are, the kind of person that can act on faith, not just have faith, but really take action based on faith. Sorry, I was eating nuts again before my video. But yeah, take action on faith, not just have faith. Lately on the channel, we've been talking about the difference, or the two parts of having this level of faith, the highest level of faith, called emunah. This Hebrew word is a word that describes a faith that is beyond reason, and it is seeing before, or believing before seeing, believing it before you see it. It doesn't matter. You don't need evidence. That you have certainty in the Creator, that the Creator is with you through all things and in all things, and that your confidence that the Creator is your provider and your protector and your keeper and is ultimately good and trying to lead you to your highest potential. That belief, that certainty, is the magic sauce that takes you through the storm safely. So that is emunah, to have the faith to keep you stable on the inside and keep your peace during the storm. However, the bitachon, this is the term. I went back and rewatched that Kabbalah class so I could get the term right. So bitachon is when someone has that emunah, but when they have divine inspiration, they act on it. They can act on that faith as well. It's someone who doesn't just have this conceptually, but they live it as a practice and a concept. So for me, I need someone who has bitachon, who does not think that it's woo-woo or crazy to take signs and synchronicities and maybe even dreams and things like that and interpret those meanings and use those to make decisions in life. So I know that's asking a lot of a lot of people, depending on where they fall on the spectrum there. I mean, there's a lot of people who have belief in God, but their actual practice of faith isn't that strong. And then there's a lot of people who theoretically like the idea of religion, but they don't let it change them on the inside. Or even people who share the interest in the theology on an intellectual level, but they haven't, it's not alive in their heart, and they don't believe in the magic of it. They still have the reason to get around, right? So the ultimate is that emunah and bitachon. So what is it for you? What beliefs do you have that you need the partner to have, that they share that with you? It can be on a spectrum of criteria and things that you parallel on and cross, on. Maybe not every, maybe you don't need it to be every single thing, right? Maybe it's just the basic core principles are in alignment, but that is an issue for many, and it should be an issue for all of us. We should have that as part of our like core traits and things on our list that we need to have a clarity on what we value in a partner. And like that is probably gonna be something that just adds to the compatibility and the ease and the harmony of your relationship. And also, I mean, it's going to give you something to have to lean on in times of difficulty and uncertainty and fear, right? So when things are challenging to your household and to your relationship, you know that you have that foundation that you share. Okay, what is the next card? Separation. Okay. Separation, no seeing. At work, we like to impromptu change the lyrics to songs and make it like what we're doing in the moment or restaurant related. So this has been a habit, and I used to do this on set all the time too. So it's just so separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you may be in a literal separation or going into one. This is eclipse season. And this is an eclipse season leading us into a huge new cycle where like next year all the planets are going into a new sign. So it's not surprising during eclipse seasons, this is usually a time for breakups. If there's a shaky relationship, if there's a relationship on shaky ground, eclipse seasons are like, okay, somebody turned on the vacuum and like everything's getting sucked in. So that is not surprising. So right now I would suggest that eclipse season is for the next 6 weeks. And roughly we have the same amount of time where Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn to really reflect on our life's lessons and our patterns and beliefs and limiting beliefs and self-defeating tendencies, things that are holding us back that we don't want to take into the next cycle. We need to reflect on this. So time apart from a lover is actually good right now because it takes away the distraction and the numbing agent that prevents us from getting in there and doing the real work. It takes to be like being by yourself or like being broken open in like pain and tenderness, or active like hunting of your darkness. And so depending on where you are on that spectrum, we need the alone time to do that. So if you are in a literal separation, I'm sorry, that's painful. Take your time with it and reflect. It may or may not be final, right? But you will maybe don't do anything too reactive yet. Take your time. Let your emotions calm down so that you can use your discernment and make a choice of to continue, to go further into the separation or come back around. You may be in a situation where you just have time apart from your lover, like you're both traveling or not in the same place at the same time, and you are just temporarily apart and your relationship's still great. All the better. That is great. That's still a good time to reflect on your life's lessons and your relationship dynamics and things, because you can deepen and improve the relationship you're in going into this next cycle. It's like who could wake up and it could be like a whole new relationship, right? So taking time apart. And if you are, say, if you'd met someone recently and started something new, eclipse season is not a great time to start something new. There's so much chaos in the air, so much change. It's like starting to build something in the middle of a hurricane. It's hard. So maybe you got a preliminary preview of what's to come, but it's like false start, holding offsides. It's take time, maybe that was a nice preview of something that can have more ground to stand on in a few weeks from now. But either way, I think that it's good to bat down the hatches and go into an active and intentional hermit mode, and not just the isolation of hermitude, but the digging and the analysis and the seeking of wisdom involved in hermitude, the revelation that comes from it. You know, like Catholic priests and people in like the clergy, like they'll take intentional sabbaticals to go to hermitage, like to go to a hermitage and be alone and reflect on certain teachings and things and try to make that connection through spirit by spending that time in solitude and quiet. So this is a good time for that. This is not a good time to be gallivanting about and distracting oneself, because valuable work can be done right now. So do your valuable emotional and spiritual work so you can be free to go get pumpkins soon and like do all the fun fall things. I got my pumpkin candle out at the store today. I'm pretty excited about that. I bought a Halloween mug. I actually bought 2 little matching ones. They're black and white, and one's got little skeleton people and one has got bats. I love mugs. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Just kind of hermit down with some chili, do some to be magnetic work. The To Be Magnetic Summer Challenge got extended to like October, and so I'm trying to finish up the summer unblocking challenge, which is great because you're like literally like digging in to see what your ultimate block is and what is like ultimately holding you back. And then they have a new workshop. It is How to Be Magnetic. It's just about increasing your magnetism, so I'm super excited. So Hermit Night it is. All right, what is this? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, you know, before, like during this time of like taking time apart, I skipped right over give your relationship a chance. I forgot to take this out and say anything about it. We had this card last week. It's the achy breaky heart couple, right? So so if you are in a, you know, situation that's been tumultuous, have a heart-to-heart conversation, you know, get all the communication out, clear the air, get everything off your chest. If you're in a situation where you're not really in a relationship or you're about to leave one because it's just not a good relationship to be in. A lot of times I like to interpret this card like sometimes it's give the relationship a chance. Sometimes I think it means give the relationship that you have, like, that you hope for a chance. Like, give your vision of love a chance for your future. So give your relationship a chance, and heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So just be genuine. Maybe if there is that, like the new thing going into eclipse season, like just be honest and authentic. Don't be evasive or try to, hold something in. I would say this is a good time to communicate clearly because of just everything else in the air. All right, now religious factors. Let's get a little bit of clarification on that. Okay, so solar plexus, we had the confidence. This is an issue of confidence come up recently, I think during our lunation workshop. So feelings of like self-worth and security and that faith that we were talking about, Amuna, that certainty, that security, that's strengthening the solar plexus chakra, that willpower, that knowing that you're secure and taken care of, that is in this solar plexus chakra right here, like at the rib cage. All right, give your relationship a chance. Let's see. Ooh, darkest fears. So this is 9 of Swords. So chances are you are like all of your like deepest fears are coming up, and they are making you think like this isn't worth trying, or it's scaring you off from, you know, maybe giving yourself a chance. And so it's like whenever we are vulnerable and we open up, we have to face these fears, these darkest fears. And Nine of Swords came up earlier in our daily reading, and it is like talking about needless worry and thought patterns and habitual thoughts or perceptions that keep us up at night. So like you might be worried about relationships and fear of putting yourself out there, and also fear of not finding a relationship. So it's just like you have to kind of face the risk of, you know, it's not the end of the world if you make a mistake, and it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't work out. You just have to put yourself out there and try and open up, but, you know, don't get like super emotionally invested too quickly. Okay, separation. Let's get a little bit of clarity from separation. Ooh, we have dreams coming true and coming together. So the separation might, I mean, it's so weird because this could be a couple of different like scenarios. The separation, it could be happening to clear you up for something that is more like equal to you, something that is in alignment with your love vision for yourself. Like maybe you haven't had that yet, and you know that like that vision can still happen for you, but you don't want to settle for less than what you know you deserve, and you don't want to settle for less than what makes your heart light up, right? So it's like holding out, and then knowing like with the separation, regardless of the circumstances around your separation, just having the peace in knowing that the separation itself is serving to ultimately lead you to what you really want, and a better, healthier relationship and a healthy bond. All right, now let's get one last card, heart-to-heart conversations. Clarity on heart-to-heart conversations. We have balance, which is temperance, which is like integrating, like appreciating each other's differences and what you both bring to the table. So, you know, that like if you're having a heart-to-heart conversation about the temperance card, it's like you might be having a heart-to-heart conversation about how things are going to come together, like how things are going down, how you see things playing out. Let's take it slow kind of thing. And let's get one more card on that. We have detach, which is the death card, I believe, but that's not the right. Maybe this is justice and flow. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune card here, and then, oh, I've got the booklet to look up the, so good things are happening. Heart-to-heart conversations will change the trajectory of something, and I think for the better. And detach, let's see, reflect, accept, decide, clarity, responsibility, and fairness. Oh, this is the justice card. I accept the role I play in creating the relationship in my life. So I think heart-to-heart conversations, keeping things on the up and up and the highest good for all, fair and like compassionate to both sides. Talking about maybe something like coming together. If you were in a separation and you were in a situation where you might have to talk about working it out, right? Or like coming together on a plan to figure out how to bring things to a conclusion, how to tie up loose ends. Either way, I think all of this is happening for the ultimate highest good. It's pushing things in a positive direction. It's moving through stagnancy, and it's taking a lot of confidence, a lot of courage to face these fears. But ultimately, I think that it's something that's going to bring you what you want in the end. All right, you guys, good luck. This might be, you know, a challenging or scary, or I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's all happening on the internal realm for you and you're already kind of hermiting down. Either way, be encouraged, and I will see y'all tomorrow for our weekend reflection message. Ciao. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it, then please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications to be notified of when I drop content. Like the videos, comment, share them. Anything that you do helps these messages get out to other people who need them. So you watching a video and taking an action on it actually makes a positive difference in someone else's life.